So breaking news right now at 6 o'clock, Fox Carolina is uncovering reports of abuse behind the walls of a psychiatric treatment facility for children and teens.
We started our investigation earlier this week after 3 teen girls ran away from a center. Fox Carolina's Grace Runkle joins us with a look at those conditions those girls were living in.
Well, Broad Step Academy Venice is a residential psychiatric treatment facility in Simpsonville. This is a place where kids go and teens go when they need help. But according to these arrest warrants that we've acquired, 2 employees have been arrested in the last month and charged with cruelty to children. This is Rufus Timmons. According to the Greenville County Sheriff's Office, on October 7th, Timmons got angry when a child wasn't getting out of their bed. So he flipped the mattress and grabbed the child's neck from behind, dragging the child. The Department of Social Services contacted the Sheriff's Office and they arrested Timmons last week. And this is Tasha Smith. Arrest warrants say on October 23rd, staff at the facility called the Sheriff's Office saying that a minor was assaulting employees. But after investigating, deputies discovered the incident actually started when the minor pushed a roller chair into an employee, and they say that's when Smith struck the minor on the face. Investigators say the minor's action didn't warrant self-defense. Both of those incidents I just described were also caught on camera, so that's part of the evidence they used. Now, Venice is located just off Industrial Drive by Hillcrest High School in Simpsonville. It has 60 beds, and it's one of the facilities that DSS uses, so some of the kids and teens inside are wards of the state. The Department of Social Services says that there is an open case involving Venice, and the Department of Health and Environmental Control is responsible for inspecting this facility, so we reached out to them, and they told us that there have been 23 complaints against the facility in the last 5 years. We've requested records detailing inspections, investigations, and complaints at the facility with both DHEC and DSS, and we did reach out to the facility's owner, a company called Broad Step, but we have not heard back yet. Justin.